No pressure, Nick.
Yeah, there's always pressure.
Better be good because last week sucked, right?
I liked last week. It was Baby's Request by Paul McCartney. I thought Matt would know because it was off of Back to the Egg, which he listened to a few months back.
Matt doesn't.
I don't understand how Baby requested this.
Yeah.
I thought we put Baby in the. I thought we put Baby in the corner.
We do. Yeah.
Just do strums.
Yeah, just strums. That's it. Yeah. I don't even want to sing him.
Chris is not here.
And I would do anything for Matt. I'd podcast with Jay and Jack. Yes. And I would do anything for Chris. I'd cheer for the Patriots, and that's a fact. But I'll never quit on the Ramblecast right now. Oh no, no way. And I would do anything for them, but I won't do that. No, I won't do that. I would do anything for them, anything they've been dreaming of, but I just won't do that.
That might have been your best one ever.
It was really strong contender there.
Okay.
I like it. Well, we lost another icon, another superstar.
We did. Oh, no.
Yeah, Meatloaf. And Meatloaf, and then there was somebody else, Louis Anderson.
Yeah, on the same day.
I love Louis Anderson. Yeah.
That was
he was only 68.
Yeah.
68? I thought he was younger than that. So
well, it's because he looks so young, and you coming to America, you kind of remember him as young. But no,
I posted his first appearance on the Tonight Show from with Johnny Carson on and he nailed it. He was so damn funny. Anyway, we're losing all our talent. Chris isn't here. Okay.
No, you said we're losing talent.
Yeah.
No, he did say that he is going to be late. So he is supposed to appear on the show. We don't know when. We don't know where. And until then,
is he upset because Tom Brady might be retiring?
Then, we can't talk about the playoffs.
I mean, he should be. I mean,
we can't talk about the playoffs.
We can't talk about it. We can't talk about TV. We can't talk about movies. We can't.
Can I bring up what's going on? I guess I could bring up. Well, should I wait?
No, I think you can do that. You can do anything, and you can do that.
But I can't.
I just won't do that. I won't do that. Yeah.
I did see on Twitter though earlier, and I'll just ask you too, since I saw this. But somebody was asking, what is the most iconic image from Lost? Like if you could narrow Lost down to one iconic image, what would that image be?
It was Kate on the beach.
Kate on the beach.
in raw.
Yeah. I said that at Comic-Con one time, so I have to be consistent.
I was thinking of Locke
leaking down the hatch. Yeah, that's one of them for sure.
And the light shining up like that.
I'm trying to think of Locke in the wheelchair.
There's so much with the hatch though, like the mystery and the mystery box is just wrapped up in that. I thought Matt Treese also mentioned Jack's eye opening. I thought that too.
I've been podcasting with my eyes closed.
Randy also says the eyeball. So
you know what, the eyeball, because the eyeball is the key to the beginning and the end. So
there's definitely because I think like the iconic ones are definitely the eyeball and the Locke looking down the hatch. But then I'm trying to get a shot where a lot of the cast is in there. There's definitely ones where they're up on top of the ridge, looking at the smoke monster or something like that. But they're definitely in even the pilot, with the plane all breaking up, and
I think the plane breaking up is pretty iconic too. So
I mean, there's like I think you said, Matt, there's so many you could choose from.
There is a lot.
How could anyone be wrong?
This
Who the fuck is
Twitter
that?
this
It's down the
Twitter
lower
request
left.
was kind of just like, I think, doing like a general search of just kind of a general consensus maybe of like what people thought was the most iconic.
Was it you?
No, it wasn't me. I was scrolling through it and I thought, oh, that's interesting, because I was thinking to myself, what would that be? What do I think of as the most iconic? Some people were saying like words and phrases like "not Penny's boat" or "we got to go back,"
funeral,
So, and I could see
The underwater
that,
hatch was. People were
Not Penny's
excited
boat,
about that.
I could see "not Penny's boat," but like
Underwater hatch.
I think
people were excited about.
with people being on Twitter, they're not doing imagery; they're just like saying words, and it's like
People were saying, "Is that what that cable was for?" Wow, that was never. Knew.
Chris has finally joined us with some mood lighting.
He's all clean shaven. He looks like a different guy.
He's
Ah.
burning some.
Oh yeah,
incense.
he's trimmed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, I was watching All the Right Moves. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. It's a Tom
Cruise.
movie.
The wrong
It's like his
ones.
second film ever. Yeah.
Tom Cruise and what's the girl from Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Lee Thompson.
Lee Thompson play and Chris Penn, who's no longer with us. But
Oh, great.
I was actually fast forwarding through the movie, just going through different parts. It was on Hulu, so I watched like the minute. It's like an hour and 40 minutes. I watched it in like 20. But the recruiter that comes to his house is Terry O'Quinn with almost all his hair.
Oh.
I'm like going, oh, it's Terry O'Quinn.
Terry O'Quinn has been in so many things, because he was that guy for a long time. He just had little bit parts and stuff,
Mhm.
and because like he's in Young Guns, he's in so many things that you forget he's in.
Old school.
Old school, yeah, like Skittles. Like it's just,
You could tell as Tom Cruise was still learning how to act. It had what's his name? Who's the guy that played Coach?
right.
Oh,
TV show Coach. Craig T. Nelson.
Oh yeah, Craig T. Nelson.
He was actually the coach.
sorry for being late. I was helping out with math homework.
Oh man,
So that's
You
more important than
still
us.
showing how to carry the one.
Well, she was converting proper fractions to improper fractions.
My daughter, who's a school teacher, had to do a video. She's getting her master's, so she had to do a video of her teaching a student how to do, math. So she's teaching Zach, and I go, "What the hell are you doing, Zach?" I mean, it was just like the new way they're doing it. It took like 45 minutes for one answer. I'm like going, I don't.
It's
get
7.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like going. All right, what are we doing here?
Well, if there's anything
He's got
that
1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, and he still got the answer wrong.
I mean, unless you want to grow up to be some type of like, I don't know, fucking
Smart.
some significant engineer, like you don't need to know math. I'm convinced. Like they always said to us growing up, you need to know math. You need to know how to do this longhand. You need to know how to do this without a calculator. Bullshit. Like when was the last time you needed to know math for any fucking thing?
Didn't we talk about that? Is like I love that when we were growing up, like how many teachers that said to you, like, "Oh, we have a calculator on," and you just want to go, "Fuck you."
Yep. Exactly.
I actually said to a teacher because I got in trouble because I didn't need a calculator. I was in a class that were teaching how to use a calculator. I said, I'm gonna have a calculator at my side 24/7.
I'm with Randy. Math is awesome and boo. So
I'm okay with that.
I'm not saying that I love math and I sit down to do a lot of math. It's just it does come in handy, and it's part of my job as being an art teacher.
Sometimes I choose math over sex.
One of my jobs as being an art teacher is trying to teach artists that they do need math and to learn how to use math.
I got to stop you. Why do artists need math?
What do you mean? Why do artists need math?
Chris just said nobody needed it.
Okay,
unless you're an engineer, why does an artist need math?
Didn't say that. Didn't say that.
You're
manipulating the conversation.
Wait, no.
I said what I said
fractions. You need to be able to convert things.
What I said is that when we were growing up, teachers always said, "Oh, you're not going to. You need to learn how to do this longhand. You're not going to have a calculator for the rest of your life." That's what I said. And I said, "Bullshit."
I think we go back and clearly said you said we don't need math.
We need math.
We need the math.
That's not what I heard. Someone back.
We need to crunch the numbers.
was it a meme that we shared? I know I got this meme because it was dead on with the new Spider-Man movie, where it was like the scene where Spider-Man defeats Doctor Strange.
Are we saying spoilers?
Spoiler, I haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet.
I know, but just that one scene,
At
that one scene,
it's the most popular movie of like
it's
2021.
We just dropped a ton of lost spoilers.
It's the only movie of 2021.
The one scene, where Doctor Strange and Spider-Man are kind of going at it, and they're in the mirror universe. Yep. They're at the mirror universe, and then
they're going
Spider-Man defeats him using math. I was like,
yes.
And then there we go. It's like every math teacher for the next 20 years is going to be like, look, Spider-Man beat Doctor Strange using math. It's like, oh, no.
What was that movie with Matthew Broderick where he saved the world because of math? He had to teach the computer the tic-tac-toe, right? There was no... Yeah. Well, it's still like math, isn't it?
It's just still math. It's the same.
It's still math. So
Who's letting kids into a nuclear facility?
Nuclear. Fucking
Jack would just sit the computer down and be like, okay, there's a San Diego Chargers game against the Patriots. They're in the playoffs, and I just need you to study this game about 100 times and realize how futile it is. Right?
Just blow it up.
Okay. Just blow it up. Just blow up the whole
War Games. Thank you, John. You couldn't
remember the name of the movie?
Yeah, we all knew.
We knew
the movie.
Well, why didn't anyone say it?
Because we all knew it.
Because that was a given.
I was too busy adding 2 + 2, so I got confused.
Meanwhile, we're just over there watching War Games.
5's the answer.
Or
speaking of War Games, we're getting pretty fucking close.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched.
Yeah, I can't wait. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Thanks, Biden.
Could you imagine this scenario that's happening right now unfolding like during the last presidential term? Like, what would happen?
It kind of was.
No, but like the immediacy of immediacy. Is that a word? You know what I'm talking about? The intensity in which these talks are happening and troops are moving.
Sensuality.
What do you think would have happened if it was under the prior?
I don't think it would have happened.
You don't think so?
No,
because Putin.
The thing is that you have to.
I have the golden showers tape.
With every leader of a major power, you have to be crazy. You have to be crazy to want the job, and you have to be crazy to do the job.
I'll vote for Matt.
And I'll vote for Matt. Yeah, and it's like Kim Jong-un or whatever. He's fucking crazy, and so no one fucks with him because he's crazy.
Well, he'll kill you.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. It's like, why do you think Putin went in to Crimea during the Obama administration? It's the same as then Trump is fucking crazy. So it's like, I don't want to push that. But now Biden, especially with Afghanistan, how that was just a clusterfuck of what the fuck.
Right.
It's like, I can get away with it.
I can do what the fuck I want. I think the entire premise is just to delegitimize or strengthen NATO in its alliance, is to try and kind of put some cracks into the foundation there.
Well, yeah,
Randy says in the chat, Russia already took Crimea during the last administration. I believe that was actually during Obama. Not
thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
But that's your catchphrase now, Jack. That's your.
But it's just wild to see, man. Like it's getting pretty shitty out there.
Yeah.
I might have that on my tombstone. I might have that on my tombstone.
And that's what sucks about it's almost like the world is not enough, because almost all of Eastern Europe is dependent on Russian oil now, so they're not going to do
about
shit.
The movie, right?
The movie, yeah.
Okay.
Almost all of Europe is dependent on, not just Eastern Europe. Almost all of Europe is dependent on Russian oil.
Right.
Like I think some crazy statistics. I think like London,
65%
of London's oil in for gasoline is from Russia. So
it's
if
like
these sanctions
people played Risk or Catan.
If these sanctions start dropping like crazy, man, like it's going to be a fucking shit show.
Well, that's what
absolute shit show.
And that's the thing. It's like if Trump or Biden would have had enough, because we were completely self-sufficient on oil. We were in that until now. Stamos, yeah, nice. It's like, what if we would have kicked shit into overdrive and then said hey, you know what, NATO, we're going to supply you now with oil and natural gas, and just completely cut around Russia, but we can't do it now. It's not going to happen.
Too late.
It's just too late. Yeah.
Way to go.
Well, that's not
crazy,
where I
man.
thought Chris was going
Yeah,
with this
yeah.
conversation with war games. I thought we were
Yeah,
going
well,
to
that's
get into.
Sorry.
I thought we were going to finally get into the playoff talks. You know, I think
Nope.
that's
Oh
what
God,
most-
who wants to talk about that?
Yeah,
Playoffs.
Nope.
I want to talk
Talk to me about playoffs.
seeing
Talk about
your
playoffs?
team crumble before this mighty Sandy.
Dude, we already
Cincinnati
talked about this shit last week.
It's true. we
What?
did.
No, the playoff games were good this weekend.
Let's talk about
right?
Star Wars.
I think all.
Did
four-
you
like,
did you watch
gotta-
any of them? Did you watch any of the games?
I did. I
anybody?
did.
All
Just
four.
the Titans.
Well, they had like 151 million people watch the games.
Oh, really?
That's what they're saying.
Yeah,
At least that's what Colin Cowherd said.
It was
It's
it
about
was
half
good-
half the country. Nice.
It was probably the best football we've seen in months.
Months, years.
We almost had four underdogs
Yeah.
defeating home teams.
Does this say, okay, NFL, we don't need more teams in the playoffs
Quadfecta.
because the games before were so bad?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they're just going
most of the games are terrible.
continue.
These
They're
games,
going to continue to water it down with like adding more weeks and beefing up the roster so that you can have enough players, or making the rules so that you can have so many subs.
can we
throughout
just
the
stop
season.
with? But can we stop with the Kansas City Buffalo game? Is the greatest playoff
It is.
game of
It
all
is
time?
not. No, it
Can
is
we
not.
just stop with that?
The greatest game ever played was the fucking Patriots Falcons
All right.
Super Bowl.
All right, you can stop right there because that's not
I mean,
it either.
am I wrong?
Yes, you're wrong. The
Check-
greatest
what-
playoff.
We
the
almost saw
the
that
greatest,
same Tom Brady,
the
right?
greatest
Postseason
playoff
game.
game
Greatest
of
postseason
all
game.
time was the 1981 Charger Dolphin game.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
If you haven't, seriously, if you haven't seen it, you can't argue because it was the greatest playoff game.
I'm sorry, we just lost Jack because the three of us have never fucking seen it because we were so young.
Dude,
It's on YouTube.
I'm gonna sit down and watch this 1981 game.
it's on Twitter, but you're
I'm
not.
telling you.
Everyone knows it was
Someone
the
old
kick.
back
It was
me-
the
someone
kick
old
heard
back
around the
me up.
world where Ray Finkel blew a 28-yard
Yes.
field goal.
Places
Well,
out.
To be honest, the Dolphins had 2 field goals blocked in that game.
Why do you want to talk about an old game? I
Look-
was
look
so
at
excited
Chris.
to talk about the
That was
new
a great
games.
game.
Oh, okay.
And Randy says I was watching
So was The
live.
Godfather, but now we're talking about.
But I'm telling you, that was the greatest playoff
I
game
was
of all
one.
time. So just fuck off.
I was one.
Speaking
You're
of
one?
It was 1 year old. when that
How old are
happened.
you now?
41.
41.
Do you know how to work the internet?
Yeah.
He's
Do
on
I
it
know
now.
how to not give a? Do I know how to not give a fuck about the goddamn Chargers? Yes, I know.
Don't say. The Falcons New England game was the greatest.
Dude,
of all
the
time."
Falcons-
It wasn't.
It was fucking amazing, Jack. You guys try and tell me that?
Biggest choke job of all time.
Okay.
Of the four
I'd
of
say
us,
that as a-
of
I'd
the
say
four
that
of
as
us,
a
who
Charger
goes
fan.
to Google something?
I
That guy. he goes
go to Google. Now you're gonna Google jandjack.com.
to Google.com.
I'm telling you.
You're gonna go to Google.com and you're gonna Google on Google.com jandjack.com. That's how you're gonna find our website.
I mean, you could
You know
also
what?
say the greatest show on turf was one of the best games ever played. Titans Rams.
It was a good game.
I was there.
Speaking of sports, just since we're talking about, I want to recommend something. So
I don't like being in this corner here.
for the
John, the Mexican UPS guy, just
I went over
tossed
to
out some shade.
oh, did he?
So yeah, he said it was a good game. Don't know
Don't
if
know
it was
the best. Yeah.
So there you go.
So I went down to see a friend, and we watched the Titans Cincinnati game. And
We are the Titans.
and
Mighty, mighty Titans.
but after it was done with, they put on a Netflix show that I'd never seen or heard of before called We Are the Champions. And it's only one season right now. Rainn Wilson's the host, and it's all odd competitions throughout the world. And each episode is really short. And I only watched the first two, but like one is like competitive hot chili pepper eating.
Oh wow.
I
And
would
then,
crush that.
yeah. Oh, no, not these. These are people are throwing up and crying.
Yeah,
And,
I can do those.
And then the next one is over in England, where they chase the wheel of cheese down a 45-degree angle hill.
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
So
Did
Rainn
did
Wilson.
they have the one where
from
Tannehill
The
throws into triple coverage? Do they have that one yet?
No,
They have the one where Tannehill throws in triple coverage and gets
No,
intercepted?
no.
No?
This is odd sports, Jack. Not
Well, it was pretty odd that he threw in triple coverage.
yeah.
Does it have the highlight when the Chargers were in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Chargers weren't.
That's a short reel.
Oh,
They're actually he's actually now being sued by his nephews, Spanos,
Oh,
because he's diverted money from their trust to him. What an asshole. Anyway,
What a son of a bitch.
I couldn't do the chili challenge.
Yeah, because like for that episode, it's really interesting because it's some guy in South Carolina who's known for breeding the hottest chili peppers in the world, and he basically makes this statement saying like all the chili pepper competitions you've ever seen are nothing compared to what I'm doing, and this is the first time he's ever done it. And so like what most competitions, his chili pepper is like the top one. His is like level 4 of like 12 levels. And so he has all these hybrids that he's made, and like they're not even. He has all these ones that he's made up, and it's just all these people are just like throwing.
Now,
up.
is that the guy that with about 2 years ago everyone was putting
it's just
eating the peppers and like crying and stuff like that on TikTok and stuff?
Probably. Yeah.
I would totally do a chili eating contest.
Oh, on this show?
Yeah.
Oh,
I would.
I would. Yeah, I'm a total wuss.
You want to see me cry?
Global scale. Thank you, Randy.
My record. I didn't eat a pepper, like a full pepper of the size, but I did have a concentrate. It was called Meet Your Maker sauce, and it was a 5 million Scoville unit rated sauce, like a concentrate of like Carolina Reapers and all these type of shit.
Yeah, right? Carolina Reapers, the guy who made that pepper. That's
the pepper,
and he's the guy that breeds peppers. He gets.
So I didn't eat the pepper, but I did have.
Come on, pepper, come on, baby.
I did have the concentrate sauce.
Put the seed in the hole.
It ships in like a fucking miniature coffin. That's the stuff. I put like a dime-sized dab on a chip, and I ate it, and it was the fucking hottest thing I've ever had.
We'll do it
in my
next
entire
week.
Life.
We'll do it next week.
Yeah, I would do it again for the show.
I'll do it for the show.
I want to say the hottest thing they ate though, Chris, was 33 million.
That's fucking bananas.
Yeah.
Does that even exist? 33 million.
That's what I'm saying. Like this guy was like making like just ones that were not even,
That's fucked.
Just like ones he was making for shits and giggles.
Jesus Christ. Maybe I wouldn't do that.
Peppers just rub their ends together. Is that how they?
Sure.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But they gotta find like a bell pepper.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
Just to see how it feels.
The bosses.
Yeah, but we are the champions. Everyone out there, if you want like a quick, I think it's only like 8 episodes for the first season, and each episode is pretty short, so you can get through it pretty quick.
Did it make you feel better
on
about
Netflix,
the Titans' loss?
It's on Netflix, yeah. Huh?
Did it make you feel better about the Titans' loss?
I really didn't care. They choked, as you were so mockingly pointing out. But
hey, they did. I mean, I can't be. I don't want to lie.
That's what the Titans do. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Derrick Henry wasn't back in football shape.
No, of course not.
Tannehill is Tannehill. He's going to make a mistake. And Joe Burrow's the future of the league. He's the next. Well, I can't say that with Patrick Mahomes in the league, but he's going to be a star.
It's going to be hard for Cincinnati, but I'm still rooting for him. So
I'm going to root for Kansas City because there's two. There's a former San Diego Charger on the team, and
at this
I'm
point,
for the Rams as a Charger.
The fact that the Bills aren't in it, I'm perfectly fine with whomever wins.
So you hate the Bills, even though
I fucking hate the Bills. Like, and it was just awesome to see all the reactions from the Bills Mafia.
Can I ask this? The Bills were never a threat when the Patriots were making their run.
Right. The Bills had our number this year.
Have you seen that thing? People have been posting the last 10 years of baseball record, the last 10 years of the NFL record. They showed the AFC East. Patriots lost like 35 games in a decade. 35 fucking games they lost in a decade. That the nearest team I think might have been the Buffalo, who was like 80 games behind them. That's how crappy that division was for so long. So, but I was like going, God, lose 35 games in 10 years.
10 years.
That's no.
But then before that, though, the decades before that, I mean, like, look at their records then.
We got fucking lit up.
So,
but hey, and other news, Big Poppy, David Ortiz, inducted or elected to the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I'm happy for him, but it's
Cool.
time for the writers to get over the Bonds, Clemens, all that shit. Those guys, Schilling, those guys deserve to be in.
Schilling's a fucking prick.
He is. He's a prick, but you can't. If you're gonna let
He fucked over so many. I mean, I don't know how closely connected you are to like his actual business practices, but he fucked over.
Oh, I know.
So many people. Like
what about Ty Cobb?
One of my daughter's friends, her father worked for him. Was like a senior developer for his video game company. He got fucking screwed.
He's not a good person, but we've already established that when we have guys like Ty Cobb and other guys in the beginning that were so racist.
Yeah,
I mean, Ty Cobb claims he killed someone.
Fair.
And I mean, he's doing it, not someone else. But anyway, I just don't even watch it anymore. I go, I'm not. I think the steroid, but I was at the start. I go, I don't like the steroid shit because they're ruining the records. But if you have Bud Selig in the Hall of Fame, those players should be allowed in the Hall of Fame also.
All right, I don't. Is this Miami Mike just making up a different name?
I was curious who that was.
Yeah.
I've never seen the name before.
Come on, Super Bowl predictions now. So what do you guys? Super Bowl predictions. Who's going?
I'm laughing at.
Chris had a good comment. Yeah.
Oh,
well, you know what? He probably fucking does.
Ty Cobb does actually have a Twitter account.
Can somebody please make a Ty Cobb Twitter account and just fucking hound Jack?
He probably does have a Twitter account. Fucking.
I killed a man and I have a Twitter account.
Oh man.
I don't like anybody. I'm Ty Cobb.
Field dreams. Ty Cobb wanted to play, but no, Costanza's son of a bitch when he's alive, so he told him to stick it.
Anyway, I do have some news. COVID.
Oh,
yeah, we all know COVID. Yeah,
it's going through my family right now.
Oh,
Jay is. We've labeled Jay patient 0.
Oh, really?
The triple vax Jay.
He started it, and then he came over to our house without knowing he had it. He goes, "I'm so tired. I'm so tired." I go, "Why are you so tired?" He goes, "We've been staying up watching The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, which I'll talk about later on."
Do we?
I said, "Okay," but he got it. My grandson Zach, his son, got it. My wife has it. Both my daughters have it. Both my son-in-laws have it. My youngest grandson has it. So the only ones that haven't got it is myself, Colleen, and Alex.
How's Colleen not had it?
I don't know.
Well, would you go near Jay when he's not sick?
I wouldn't go Jay when he's I wouldn't go with him when he is sick. Yeah, either way. But no, so it's going around. I've been tested twice and I've passed both times.
My wife signed us up.
It was the math that got me through it.
She signed us up for some test thing. So at the end of it, if we test for like 10 days or something like that, we make money or something. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. My son's all like, yes.
Take your kidney, man.
What's up?
They're gonna take your kidney.
They're gonna take my kidney. No, they mail us these tests and we
harvesting your DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, was it you, Nick, that sent us the link to get the test?
Yeah. Every household was.
I sent it away, but now I've had to go pay for tests because. Yeah, I know, Ethan. I saw that your son has it.
Oh, sorry, Ethan.
I figured that it's only a matter of time, and so I've stockpiled a very large, elaborate Lego set. And it's either going to be made for Christmas or it's going to be our quarantine Lego set.
Well, everyone keeps asking, why don't I have it? Because I'm super immune. I have a great immune system.
I don't think anybody had asked that.
No, in my family, they have it.
I do want to interrupt because apparently, forgive me if I say it wrong, Jeremy, welcome. First time person joining. This longtime follower from Canada.
Ah,
so it wasn't Miami Mike. Way to go!
He says now he's a longtime follower from Canada with a Twitter account too. Well, you're gonna fit right in.
All right, I don't like people from Canada.
He's from Quebec too.
Okay, thank you, Will. I will.
Yeah,
full
so
board test today.
it's only a matter of time before everyone gets it, really. And you know, the Northeast has gone through like the crazy Omicron fucking like outbreak.
I mean, I think I'd mentioned it like about a week ago, but our schools were shut down because they didn't have enough staffing. Yeah. Well, bus drivers primarily, but also, I mean, think about it. You're trapped in a little tin can with them like every day, you know, for hours on end, you know. I mean, so are the teachers, you know. So and my wife, she's definitely had several kids with
there's another variant too.
So
yeah,
There's always another variant.
Omicron variant.
I'm trying to collect all of the variants.
Exactly.
I don't know about you guys.
One more, we get a free Subway sandwich.
I did think that there's you could almost do a COVID bingo game where it's just like, you know, all of the different things that you've gone through.
I
during
refuse to get
COVID.
it.
Get what?
COVID.
Oh, you refuse to get it? I don't think that's how that works.
That's how it works.
Yeah, you say, hey, I don't want it.
Just
Not today. It's like vampires. Like as long as you don't let them in your body, you can shut that shit down.
you have to invite them in.
My wife on Saturday night.
It's the same as with Omicron. She's like, yeah, invited in.
My wife had the chill so bad she woke me up because the bed's like. I'm like, what the hell's going on over here?
Wait, so you're sleeping in the same room with your wife,
I've been
knowing she has
exposed to it.
COVID?
What am I supposed to do?
Not do that.
It's in the house.
Like fuck, Jack. Don't
been
do it.
multiple-
I've been around Jay. I've been around Zach.
Well, but
who
yeah,
had it.
but the point is that you've been around them and you haven't gotten it. Like, stop being
So
around them.
I'm super immune.
You need to just cut your
There should be an S on my chest.
This is, first of all, this is your opportunity to fucking stay away from your family.
Yeah,
No, I
the S
know.
is
Like,
for stay away from your
like,
family.
But second of all, the fact that you haven't gotten it yet and you're still, you're like
You're just
dancing
testing
with the
things like,
devil.
Whoa,
Like,
hey, I'm gonna.
what
sleep
are
in
you
the same-
doing?
There's been moments where my wife has been coughing and not felt good, and I'm like, I'm just gonna hedge my bets and I'm gonna sleep down here. That's cool, babe.
Yeah.
So
I live life on the edge.
and I test on Sundays right before I have to start my teaching week because I figure if I get a positive test on Sunday night, that means like, hey kids, we're gonna be meeting on Zoom tomorrow.
I've had no grandkids. I have no grandkids all week.
Oh,
You know, Chris bring us a good point. Like, any chance you might have already had it and not known. I would actually like to take a
Could be
antibody
asymptomatic
test.
too. Yeah.
I'd like to take an antibody test and see if I have it.
I honestly believe I felt like I had it when I came back from Disney World. I felt like absolute shit.
So I mean, I've felt sick from time to time as well, but like I have been testing like almost 2 to 3 times a week, and I have not tested positive.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing.
I've heard that the blood of Jesus also keeps you immune. So
It does.
if
Yeah.
you've
It
taken
works for Sean
communion,
Connery.
Jack, you're good. So
I
it
don't-
worked for Sean Connery. That was just the cup.
We're back.
It's still, it's just saying, it worked.
Powers.
Yeah, I thought I had it yesterday, but it's been extremely dry this year because of El Nino. And my boss was like, "No, dude, you should drink enough water." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Just drink some more water, you'll be fine." I was like, "Oh, really?" And then like today, I felt right as rain. I was like, "Yeah, that's what it was. I was just dehydrated."
It's water.
It is super dry here, though.
Yeah.
I actually had to go out and buy a humidifier for
Yeah.
my room. But my bedroom has got like super high ceiling, so it's got like I would say
Oh,
about,
I
like,
bet you get high in your bedroom, man.
I don't. I get high right here. But my
High five.
Wrong way.
God, you guys are fucking terrible at even high fives and telling jokes.
What are you talking about? I was there.
But like I test quite a bit, but like I mean, I was gonna say I tested. No, I'm sorry. The humidifier in my room I had to put in because I have such high ceilings.
Yeah.
And
That's where you get high.
Nope. Just still not funny, but to you two.
It's funny, man. It's funny.
But it gets so dry I can't keep that room. I can't keep that room warm. I can't keep that room cold. I can't keep that room humid. It's
Have you
pretty
thought
much the
about
worst room
maybe
ever.
it's possessed with a poltergeist or the spirit of a dead Native American? So
Don't
No.
go too close to the TV.
you might have a cemetery in your backyard and you don't even know it. It's happened. It happened to my neighbor.
But you know it. Yeah.
Poltergeist. That's
No,
a great
I
movie.
meant,
When was the last time anyone seen Poltergeist?
I
Forever.
don't think I've ever seen Poltergeist.
What?
Yeah,
you've never seen Poltergeist?
I don't think I've seen it. Yeah.
Huh?
A lot of those late
That's a good-
'70s
it's a
kind
good
of horror
movie.
films.
I
never
thought Steven
really got around to
Spielberg had
watching.
some hand in it. Or
He
is
might
that just,
have.
was that just
He
like
had his hand in a lot of
lore?
things.
Ayo,
I'm surprised they had to go to jail.
you know.
Oh no!
Did you say the
Oh.
president of Lucasfilm and counted? No,
Hmm?
never mind.
What? No.
I just
With Craig T. Nelson.
Yes, a great T. Nelson. Back to Greg T. Nelson. At this time, it'd be a great time for a
What?
commercial break.
That's not your job. That's Matt's job.
Fuck it, he's not doing his job. I got to do it.
I mean, I second
know
that
that-
motion.
I know how to insert the commercials now. So
Oh,
Unfortunately, you don't know how to pull them out. So you know.
Ooh, Chex Mix, Jack. Good choice.
oh my God! Before you joined, he was just popping
It's
that
so
bag.
loud.
It was so
it was
loud.
like
Oh, I love Chex Mix.
it was like an ASMR. Like did I
louder than your song.
AMSR.
Oh, what song did you do?
I did. What did you think I did?
I don't know.
Just take a wild guess in the dark. You know, like if you had one choice
What artist would I cover
musician
of this
that
week?
recently passed away.
Who died
Oh,
recently?
Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
No.
No, something
It was
by
a song by
Louis
Betty
Anderson.
Fucking Louis Anderson. I swear to God, it took his death to remind me that he was still alive. Like, honest to God, I had no
I
idea.
thought he died on Wipeout. You know,
Right.
he was on that show Wipeout, and I thought he died on Wipeout.
Yeah.
Was he on Wipeout?
That's cruel. That's really cruel.
Was he on
Who
Wipeout?
is-
I don't remember him on
Who is
Wipeout.
that? Who said that?
I did. I would
He
do
did
anything
Family
for love
Feud.
by Meatloaf.
What did you say?
I was telling Chris what I sang.
Oh, it was really good. It was very. He sang
It was excellent.
a lyric about you.
I
as
did.
well.
It's true.
About me. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I'll
was
have
really
to
sweet.
save it for that time. I'm going to not download the show and listen
Yeah.
to it.
But Chris can't do that.
No.
No, he can't do that.
He said, "Do you love me? Do you love me forever?"
Well, the end of time, or his prayers were answered, if you will.
Holy
He was
cow!
Really
praying for the end of time. What's his name? Who did that voiceover for that? There was Rounding
cow.
The
Bases.
voiceover for what?
Paradise by the Dashboard Light. The rounding the bases.
That wasn't really what's his name?
I think it might have
Phil
been.
Rizzuto?
No, it wasn't. Was it Phil? I think it was Phil. Yeah, I think there was he didn't realize what he was doing and like what the connotation was in his voiceover for that, and he got like pissed. And I think is how the story goes. Like he wasn't happy with the.
That's my
And
boss's
I won't
joke.
do facts. Nice.
I won't do back.
That's hilarious, Mike.
You're funny, Mike.
So
So Rizzuto, Phil Rizzuto didn't know that he was doing that for sex.
Right. And I think Phil
Did you
Rizzuto
get
was
paid?
really mad about it.
Did you get paid?
I don't know.
Then shut the fuck up.
what? Wait, Jack's really in a tear. You know, it's this COVID. I think he got infected with like grumpyitis instead.
He's had that for years.
I've always had that. Yeah, I've always had that.
The trick is, I'm always grumpy.
Yeah.
It's like the Hulk.
We got it.
Oh, thanks.
Well, you guys think that's funny?
So Jeremy
Not
asked,
funny.
how high
Still not
is
funny.
the snow in Boston right now, Chris? The snow in Boston is not that bad. It's actually minimal. It's actually there's none on the ground right now.
Nice.
We got about maybe an inch this morning, but it's now melted.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to be getting at least a foot and a half on Saturday. So
From
should
the
be interesting.
vortex.
Yeah.
We got.
A vortex?
Mm-hmm.
We got.
We might get snow, but we're not sure yet.
We got 5 today. Broke out the snowblower and had some fun.
We had 3.5 on Saturday.
I feel like I've missed out. Like I've watched this weather pattern come through, and it just like it dips right around Indiana, and I'm like,
You know why? Because nothing wants to go to Indiana.
I think the snow is like
Pence
it's
is
already,
out there going, I compel you to go ahead. And it's,
I think it's
God said, "Leave us alone."
I will not certify this storm.
Right. Unless I get permission from my boss.
No, the storm saw Indiana was too white, and it said
It's not white
Gotta
enough.
move on.
We don't need more.
I actually think Pence would want that.
But the snow doesn't come down straight.
we did get a little bit of snow, but not enough. So lake effect would happen up north, Sherry, and where we're at. There's a weird little shelf because Indianapolis is actually kind of like the basin of basically a old dead ocean. So it's actually kind of swampy. Which is why it gets really humid and it just kind of like it hangs. And since it's a little bit lower in the Indianapolis basin, like the other stuff kind of falls down into this area. So stuff to the east, which actually goes up a little bit higher, or stuff to the west, it's
As high as Chris's ceilings.
a little bit higher.
People are listening to this and going, God, I wish they just talk about Star Wars.
No, you
I wish
don't.
I could. I wish I
There's-
could talk about.
There's nothing
Star
you want to
Wars.
hear me talk about Star Wars right now.
That's
I
what's
did.
funny.
I did like your assessment, Chris, when you said I didn't want to watch someone have.
Yeah, so it's like with Boba Fett, the book of Boba Fett, it's like Boba Fett's like this badass silent assassin, like just gets
Clint
shit
Eastwood.
done. The Clint Eastwood of Star Wars, like Han Solo was fucking scared of him, like all this shit, right? And then what are we getting with Book of Boba Fett? We get this old fuck who's having nightmares in his bathtub.
And I have seen his underwear more times than I've seen Luke Skywalker, and that is not right.
Yeah.
The ratio should not be higher Boba
Steve,
Fett.
you see Randy's comment?
Yeah.
Are those a blue jean?
Those are blue
emoji?
jeans.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'm not even telling you if I go sledding.
Hope Franklin
That's-
gets some snow so Matt can go sledding in blue jeans. Forever in blue jeans.
You guys, it's been a year since my injury, so and,
It seems longer.
I know, right? You're telling me. I feel like I've lived.
When was it in January?
Towards the end of January, I was in a car accident, and then at
That's
the
right.
end of-
Yeah, you
and at
you
the
had all
end of
kinds of problems last
February,
year.
I was in the sledding accident, and then I had to have my collarbone.
Hey, Sherry asked in the chat, is the Star Wars park at Disney worth going to? I've never been to it, but
I
yes.
want to go to it so bad.
Disney World or
Absolutely.
Disneyland?
Well, it's in both. They have
in
a Disney
both.
World.
That's what I'm
and a
asking.
Disneyland.
I'm asking the question.
The people I know that have been said
The
it's
real
it's
Millennium
awesome.
Falcon is in Orlando.
I did see the real one
The white one is in Orlando.
because I walked up and said, "What a hunk of junk," and I almost got beat up.
Really?
Because no one got the joke.
No,
I'm proud of you, Jack, for making that joke.
okay.
As anti-Star Wars as you are, that's actually
I'm
pretty
not.
great.
I'm not anti Star Wars.
It's actually what a piece of
Yeah, you
junk.
are.
But no.
Yeah, piece of junk.
No, fuck
Oh,
you.
my wife pulled out a Star Wars quote the other night, and I was like, "Damn! Like I can't believe you did that." Like, she said,
I'd marry you again.
she said,
She's
I'm
like, that's
changing-
funny because I wouldn't.
I
High
can't
five.
remember what it was in relationship to, but I
High
said it was something
Leave
about
me hanging.
like you guys just trying to tell a goddamn story.
Tell it.
What did she say? She said,
Hey, tell your
"I'm
story
changing
before
the
already
deal."
sleeping.
Oh, pray I don't try. Yeah, alter it
Yeah.
any further. Yeah.
I'm just muting Jack because I can't get a word in edgewise. But yeah, I was surprised because that's kind of an elusive quote. I'm changing the deal. Pray I don't change it further.
It's always I like it when you can make a subtle Star Wars reference and either get it or you don't get it. Like my brother-in-law one time was going off about something, and he went, "You've never heard of this?" And I just kind of looked at him and was like, "Should I have?" And like my sister just died laughing. Like.
I always say when my wife says, "I love you," I said, "I know."
Nice.
Is that the line? Is that the
That's a
line?
good one.
That is the line.
That
That's
is-
not
that is
it's
the
not really
line.
obscure, but it's a good reference.
I know. Whatever.
Hey, speaking of shows, I
you also love
picked
your
up,
brother too. You're kissing your brother. What the fuck do I care?
I started watching a show this week, and I'm fucking hooked to it.
Mhm.
And I'm
You already
definitely
talked about
not.
Manifest.
What's that?
You already talked about Manifest.
Yeah, that too. Station 11.
Station.
HBO.
I've heard about that.
Huh.
So
I have not.
it's
What's it on?
It's on HBO Max.
HBO Max?
Is that the one with the tall girl from fuck?
Yes.
*Halt and Catch Fire*.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's
So-
the roles on *Halt and Catch Fire*?
It's a series, like a mini series based off of a book. I haven't read the book. I just know from the show. I'll tell you right now that it's one of those shows that I don't want to explain to you guys what it is. You
Okay.
have to jump into it and watch it. I will say that. So it looks like Matthew.
Mackenzie Davis. Yeah.
He said it was both the show and the book is fantastic. He says, but I'll tell you this: like it's one of those shows that you're gonna finish every episode with a "what the fuck," and I haven't felt that good, like that what the fucky about a show since Lost.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, it's there's no comparison between the two from what I've seen. Like as far as like I'm only emotion I'm drawing is that way you feel at the end of an episode.
Fisher Protocol says it's really good, so I won't watch it. I don't trust.
But I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in, and I also heard from somebody who mentioned that they said that it was the best finale of a show they've ever watched. They really enjoyed how they.
Wow.
Kind
It
of
was only one season.
It's only one season. It's a one and done thing, and so far it's fantastic. Like the acting is really great, and the story is really fucking cool, and it hits a little close to home right about now. But it's so far so good.
Nick and
I mean,
Matt, you haven't seen it?
No, it's been. It's
I
actually did
trust
write
you
it
guys more
down
because
but
you
I
guys
forgot.
talked me into watching Ted Lasso.
Now, I watched, The Witcher season 2 and just finished up The Great season 2. That's what I've been watching.
The Great.
The Great is on Hulu. It's
Yes, I wanted to finish that.
It's kind of a satire, but
Catherine the Great.
Catherine the Great, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
a
some
show
people-
that like sometimes you get a little annoyed with it, but because it's kind of like it tries to be serious, but also it's this really weird slapstick comedy at the same time. And
she's a sister of what the actress is.
Dakota Fanning, it's Elle Fanning.
Yeah,
It has a
Cindy watched
unique. It has a unique tone. Of
It's very
both
unique,
serious,
yeah,
but also like satiric and so.
but I'm gonna watch Station 11
yeah.
because Chris and other people have said watch it.
yeah, I'm only halfway through it. I'm gonna highly recommend. I'm loving it. It's so good.
I also started to watch a little bit before we started tonight. I didn't finish it. A Netflix movie called 14 Peaks, and it's about a guy from Nepal who. So the record for climbing the 14 highest mountains in the world is 7 years. He tries to do it in 7 months.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ!
Really?
Yeah, so he's trying to climb, every mountain.
Is his name Randy?
No. Yeah, how'd you know? So that was something that was kind of neat. I was like,
That's
cool.
pretty cool. I always wanted to climb
That's
Everest.
insane. That's cool.
it's insane. Yeah. And Randy
But
says,
I don't
yes,
want, I don't want
14
to die, and it
Peaks.
seems like a lot of work.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, to me, it's like, even if I did one, I'd be like, I'm good. But I wouldn't even do one. It's like, yeah.
Would you want it? Like I said, if I was younger, I'd probably try and do Everest.
Yeah.
But
No.
now there's no way I'd try it.
To me, it'd be like, can you just take me up to a helicopter, roughly that same height? I'm good.
Isn't that cheating?
I just want to see the view. I don't really care about the exercise part of it.
Yeah, Miami Mike in the chat says you should watch Yellow Jackets just for all the '90s music alone.
I
I've
would, but
heard
it's on
that.
Showtime, though, and you can't.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's why I don't get Showtime.
I don't have Showtime either.
Everyone I know that who's watched Yellow Jackets has recommended it to me, so
Yeah.
it's got to be pretty good.
Cindy and I finally got around to watching The Last Dance. With,
Oh yeah, that's great.
about
With
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's good.
Man, what a dick.
I always get that confused with the Last Waltz.
Yeah,
With the band.
very
so-
different. Yeah,
Very different.
It's not even the same there. But it's like it really opens your eyes to like Michael
I don't
Jordan
even know what's going on.
about him. Have you've seen it, right, Nick? Chris?
I
you
saw.
seen it?
I
I
enjoyed.
haven't
I mean, I didn't think he was a dick. I think that's just the way any competitor is. I mean, I actually had less respect for like Scottie Pippen than I did for Jordan.
Oh, Scottie Pippen comes off bad in this. So far, I haven't finished it. But he's,
Okay.
like where he wouldn't come back in the game. I'm like, dude, you're being a little petty there. But Michael Jordan, all right. We've all played sports, right? Could you play with somebody like Michael Jordan?
No, of course not. I mean, I would respect him, but you'd hate him. You'd hate him if you played against him.
I would be in his face. We'd be arguing every game. every practice.
But I love that era of NBA. You know, because they talk about a lot of that. I'm not sure if it's in that documentary or not. But you know, you think about like how many times people were in their face. You know, and they got into fights on the court, and it was really aggressive basketball. Whereas today, it's all, you know.
They cleaned it up because you had the Detroit Pistons,
yeah,
who did nothing but just, you know, like the Celtics with, you know, it was who could be the most. You had to have a thug player. It's like almost like hockey, where you had to have that guy, the enforcer, and that's what, you know.
Or you had Larry Bird, who was an enforcer and a phenomenal basketball player.
Well, he was no enforcer.
Nah, he didn't slack.
Not with his butt hair mustache. No way.
Bill Laimbeer. They made a fucking video game about Bill Laimbeer basketball.
Now, Bill Laimbeer was a dick.
Oh,
he was an asshole.
Yeah.
But they like how he didn't like Isaiah Thomas. Yeah. You know. Yeah, I said, well, Michael
Jordan.
Jordan.
Can you guys hear that fan, by the way?
Oh, it's probably me.
No. I just put one on.
Oh, no.
I didn't know we had a fan.
No, you're good.
Okay.
But no, if you haven't seen it, it's really fascinating. And
did you take a dump?
But you know, it's like it's
space heater.
It's kind of like, you know, like, so like it's like the argument between Michael Jordan and
pointed directly at my nuts
and LeBron James.
Awesome.
I think if you ask most NBA people, who's the better player,
Michael Jordan.
Well, you're just let me hear you first. Like they say, Jordan was as in raw talent, LeBron is better than Jordan, but Jordan is the better overall because Jordan had extreme amount of talent, but he had the push and the drive to be the best, period. Whereas LeBron knows he's good and doesn't push himself the way that Jordan ever. I mean, that Jordan just, like I said, like you see it from watching that documentary. Jordan would make stuff up in his head, like, "Oh, you didn't look at me, so now, like, oh, like you know, he always had to psych himself up to just, I'm going to punish you."
It's like you don't the term you don't poke the bear. You don't poke Michael Jordan. You just okay, hey, you're good. But no, I've never been a LeBron. Ever since he left Cleveland, the way he left Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly.
Where he left them hanging and, you know, just so he could sell, you know, make money on from what it was, the ESPN or whatever like that when he made his announcement. I'm going to Miami, and all those Cleveland fans
I'm going to take my talents down to South Beach.
And all the Cleveland fans are like going, well, what about us?
Right.
Fuck you.
And that's the thing. It's like, you know, aside from like the last trilogy of the Bulls, you know, like where they actually kind of got like a super team, you know, Jordan basically did it. I mean, he had a great team around him for the 91 through 93 seasons, but you know, like LeBron never won anything until he moved and had to have better players around him.
Well,
and
I think anybody needs better players because, you know, Jordan didn't win it first either because he didn't have the talent around him. You know, Pippen,
but he talks about that though, how in the 80s until Phil Jackson got there, he felt he had to do everything himself, and so he was more of a selfish player. But when Phil Jackson came along, he forced him to play differently. You know, he's like, you need to try something else, and that's when it all gelled, and he started actually winning. So, you know, so I mean, that's the value of the documentary.
Phil Jackson, and that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you haven't seen it, I think my wife and I have like 2 more episodes to go, and it's really fascinating. It really shows, and plus he couldn't leave his hotel room, he couldn't leave his house because of who he was. And then when his dad gets murdered, I mean, it's just how the press took it as, well, he has gambling debts. Maybe that was sending a message to Michael Jordan. You know, I said, God, Jesus Christ, man. I remember when that came out. When it happened, I said, God, he can't even mourn his dad because people are in the press are making it something that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's very entertaining.
That's great.
Miami Mike comment there, Jack.
Everybody needs a better teammate. It's like
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, someone has to talk because it's a podcast.
I have got nothing to say. I was working on the artwork to finish out the show. So,
my wife asked me. She goes, "Did you ever see Michael Jordan play?" I said, "No, because the Clippers left San Diego before he entered the year he entered the league. They left." But I saw Larry Bird. I saw Dr. J. I saw Magic. I saw Magic Johnson's first game.
Nice.
So anyway,
If only that could be like a baseball card for you or something.
I have the ticket. I have the
Oh.
ticket stub.
Nice.
So
You
there.
can make an
So there
NFT
it
out
is.
of it.
Make a little
You know
NFT. We need to get on that NFT
Oh, yeah,
Skrilla. You know, like making NFTs.
I have not watched.
Skrilla.
Will asked if I watched the Gilded Age yet. My wife is watching it right now, and I said, "Let me know I would like it, and I'll watch it."
Yeah.
It's
I
from
think
the
that's
makers. It's from the makers of Downton Abbey.
Oh, is it?
Julian
Okay.
Fellows, whatever his name is.
Yeah. I figured you watch it because Leftovers.
Oh,
You're talking about the Gilded
Dowd?
Age,
No, not Dowd. What's her name?
right? Is that what
The
you
actress.
Yeah.
What's the actress name? Come on, somebody.
That's why I
I
said
have no
Leftovers.
idea.
I couldn't remember it. Something easy too.
Carrie Coon.
Coon, yeah.
Boom. Nailed it. See, you still got it, man.
Dude, Jeremy's first in the chat. He's bringing the heat. Says Jack's baseball card was on Twitter. Oh, wait.
You know, I don't like Jeremy.
He's right up there with Ty
Can-
Cobb.
For now on, can we just say we don't post it so Jeremy doesn't know when we're recording?
We'll make sure he knows.
Every Tuesday, you can find us here on YouTube. And if we're not here
Well,
on
unless
Tuesdays,
Chris has something to do, then we move
then
around
it's on
to Chris.
Wednesday. And if it's not Wednesday, then it's Thursday.
It can't be Wednesday because I do the Amazing Race.
So it's not Wednesday when Jack's here.
But,
So-
you know,
I'm kidding, Jeremy. I can take it. I'm not like the rest of the three.
So have any of you watched Peacemaker yet? You guys watched that at all?
No, I'm into
No.
war.
Okay.
I heard
I
good
think it's-
things.
I think it's worth
What is it about?
It's a superhero show.
oh, that, yeah.
It's unlike a superhero
John
show.
Cena.
And I like it. It's really growing on me.
I
And if you watch it, you can also see like a cameo by Nick's dad is in it, I think, or I imagine that at least is somewhat.
Nick's
Tread
dad is
lightly.
in it?
Yeah, Robert Patrick's character in it. I just assume that's how your childhood was in Tennessee. So you're like, now I have to watch it.
Yeah, you tread lightly because you know.
Tread-
No, he's like, now how am I going to bury Matt before the end of the podcast? Is actually what was going through his head.
So, you know, it's like the little kid from Little Giants. You know, don't you be talking about my mama. Like, you
No, honestly though,
Matt's been very careful what he's been saying today. You notice that? Matt's not opening himself up to.
I think he just did.
Did he?
no, I didn't. You guys like English muffins? Those are really good.
I love English muffins.
English muffins, I think, is
All
probably
I like to
the
make
nooks and
English muffin
crannies.
pieces.
way of experiencing breakfast foods. So I had a sliced banana for breakfast this morning.
No,
I
you
actually
didn't.
sliced.
Nobody likes sliced bananas, though.
Yeah, I sliced the banana up
Did
and
you
put it in,
put it in the muffin?
yogurt.
Did you put it in the muffin?
No, it was in yogurt.
Oh.
So yeah. It was a nice. I was like, oh,
Put it up your
okay,
pooper.
sliced banana. I get it. You know,
Don't,
it's like-
but you said last week you didn't like slashed banana.
it.
Yeah,
I
you didn't
tried
like flat
something-
banana.
I ain't
last-
falling
you
for-
didn't
I
like
ain't
flat
falling-
banana last week.
I tried something new.
I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
I don't think you like the flat banana. Did you like the flat banana?
It was pretty good. So,
Tannehill has sliced banana. And quadruple coverage.
Chris is having impure thoughts over here.
No, it just caught me off guard, and I think my gummy just kicked in. And
Okay.
Jack
There-
gets 10x funnier after when I'm high.
God, well, fucking take it in the beginning.
I did.
I feel like I should text you a half an hour before we record and say like, "Hey man, remember?"
I
to
was
take-"
helping with math homework.
No, that's the perfect time.
Yeah,
The 4 turns into the 5, and it's like they make
Man.
love, and it's
And then you slice the banana.
Matt, the way you talk, it sounds like you've never actually really gotten high before, because that doesn't happen.
I know. No, it doesn't. But I like to pretend.
He's repeating like things he's seen in the movies.
Right. Yeah, it's the characterization of, same with like drinking. Like you never saw pink elephants when you got drunk. So
I have actually
Is it
seen
Sourdough
people.
Dolly and
I had a hangover
telling
once
what he was on.
when
I
Jay was
remember.
just
I remember you talking about that.
yeah,
And
to
you
this
wanted to
day, I
watch
can't-
Dumbo, and you're like,
No, Jay always watched Dumbo, and I think he was like 2, and he's watching Dumbo. I'm like going, oh my god! And the pink elephant thing, I gotta go throw up.
On parade, here we go.
What a hurtful movie though, Dumbo.
I remember having to go to like a kid's birthday party the day after I had a Like I was really
Got arrested?
hungover, and I was just like, yeah, I was so hungover, and then you're having to go to a family kid's birthday party, and there's just it's loud, there's kids running around, it's bright, you're just like, fuck.
That's one of those moments you drop the kids off at the party. See ya.
Have fun, kiddies.
Except when there's times in which it's a family event. You're going to somebody else's. No,
fuck that.
I came home once.
Skip
You've been in this situation surely where your wife's been like, we're all going together to so and so's birthday.
Why are your knuckles all bruised because you beat up an old guy?
What? Me?
This Chris,
yeah.
Oh,
what?
His knuckles aren't bruised.
No, from the past.
Oh,
Well,
from the past. I do have
terrible
this
joke.
weird- I
The
do have
Patriots
this
didn't have a
weird
playoff
bruise.
game this year at home.
At home.
I don't know where it came from. It's like
I remember one time I came home from
it.
it. My brother-in-law dropped me off. We went to a Aztec college football game. I was shit-faced. I was just drunk. My wife goes, we had to go to a party the next day. She goes, you better be in a good mood. Hang on. I go, I'll be fine. So I woke up purposely early, got the kids ready. Let's go. I had a shitty time because my hangover was killing me.
You know what the best cure for a hangover is?
Not drinking.
Well, second best cure. First best cure is just start drinking again. But working out, exercising.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sweat it out.
So like I did that on Sunday morning. We went out for my friend of mine's
Sunday morning coming down.
A friend of mine turned 40 this past week. He went to his birthday party. It was just like Miller Lights after Miller Lights after Miller Lights. He loved Miller Lights. We just had all we had with Miller Lights the entire night. And I got home around 11:30, and we decided at 11:30, let's fucking make margaritas because that's a good idea. And we're drinking margaritas until like 2:00 in the morning. And I was like, I had to get up and drive to Western Mass to go hang out with my mom for a bit. And I got up and I exercised and I actually fucking sweated it out, and I was good to go after that shower. So there you go, kids. If you're gonna drink,
I tried that. I tried that when
Get rid
the
of the
time I got drunk at Comic-Con. You were there.
I'm also not condoning kids drinking. That was a euphemism or metaphor.
Well, they got to learn sometime.
True.
But I
gotta
remember
learn sometime.
walking around the block, like my mom's my neighborhood, just walking around the block like 1,000 times.
Oh, we got you fucking tuned up that night.
Yeah, there was no hope for me. The bed was spinning. I'm like, oh my God.
Yes. You throw
I
up?
am going. I didn't puke, but I.
Oh, then you weren't that drunk.
No, I kept fighting it.
It's sometimes
It's way better
just
to let
have
it rip.
Yeah. It's
I'm
better just, like, let it pass through.
a violent thrower upper.
So
Oh.
am I. So am I. I'm
Like
really
you-
bad.
Because my
You
wife goes,
throw
"How
your
do you
body
do that?"
into it?
I'll get like the red, what's it, like the bloodshot, where the
Oh.
vein
Yeah.
pops in your eyes because I'm
That's
That's
I remember when I got hit.
Good
I
night.
remember when I got hit with a hockey puck in the face, and I came home after being in the emergency room, and they gave me this medicine to, stop the dizziness. It
Mhm.
made me sicker than a dog. I'm throwing up, and my
Whoa.
whole time I'm throwing up, my face is like. Anyway,
That sounds awful, Jack.
it was terrible. It was terrible. But I'm a violent thrower upper.
Huh. That's something seems like it should be on your trading card. Jack.
It is on there.
Fun
I have
fact: violent thrower upper.
that. Violent thrower upper.
I gotta find that video. There's a video that exists of that night, and I'm gonna try and find it so you can put it on the show right now.
You don't need to find it. You don't need to find it.
That one night.
Hold on.
The one time.
She made everything all right.
The Office.
That one. I don't know.
weeks in
It's
a row.
something about like that. I forget
Is that the best
lyrics.
best episode of The Office ever?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's a good episode, but I don't think it is like when I think of the Office, I think of like actually being in the office. And so because it's so much about like being in his, I mean, there are some really hilarious things of that episode, but I don't know. To me, it's not my favorite. I like it a lot for sure.
I think that,
and it's worth watching the Peacock extended Superfan episode. They just released that. So if you haven't,
That.
Oh wow,
For Jack's
Oh,
junk.
Jack
I always
is-
thought he was going to play the video of you throwing up, Chris.
I think you guys are singing that one night.
Well, I think we're singing Boston, aren't we? Are we singing
Chris looks
Boston?
so young.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, that love.
Oh, there's Colleen. Yeah.
I had my shirt.
You were
My
wearing
media
a shirt,
junk-
yes. I'm
No,
glad that you
I had my
clarified
media
that.
junkyard shirt that I got. It was like double X.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I said,
It
"Do
was
you not
free,
have a shirt?
fucker."
Do you not have a?" That's why I said, "I go. Do you not have a shirt that fits normal people?"
I think I said it. I think I probably actually said, "Shut up! It was free."
You probably did. Yeah, I remember someone saying that.
Likely me.
I said, "I'll take it." I think I still have it somewhere.
Do you?
It might be up there with the check.
Oh, nice.
I still have the. It's right above me, right here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I found my Save Log Carrying Guy t-shirt.
Oh,
when
sick.
I
Nice.
moved. I was like, hey, look at this old thing.
I had for the longest time. I think I recently threw it away, but I had this Sonic Fence system company T-shirt, which is like this obscure like photo that if you didn't know Lost, you wouldn't know it was actually from Lost. It looked like an actual like T-shirt for like a fence company. It was one of my subtle Lost shirts. It's always good to get like a head nod when someone recognized it, but it kind of fell apart after however many years.
Yeah. I don't think I've had any Lost T-shirts anymore. I think they've all been discarded.
I always wanted to get the original Jay and Jack one.
Yeah, it was hard. I only
And
know
then-
a couple people that got one. That's
and
blue
then-
with the white iPod.
Yeah.
Sells on eBay for like $300, guys.
Oh, why do I still have that? I might still have that one.
It's like we could just make.
He's got an
James
XL,
make
Chris, a triple XL if you want it.
It's
I
free.
definitely-
Fuck off.
I definitely always wanted that shirt, but then I don't think you guys stopped selling it, and then whoever made the shirts, I don't know who the designer
What's
was,
his
but
name? His name is I follow him on Twitter. Well, I used to.
Oh yeah,
Throwback
what
joke.
happened? What happened to that, Jack? Hey, no. So, are you actually? This is kind of like an update, because maybe something might happen with Dennis releasing his expose. Have you taken more steps since then? Has
I
this,
said it last
inspired
week.
You,
I told you last week I did. You don't remember?
there's a lot that
some
happens.
fucking friend you are, Matt. Jesus.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Thanks for caring.
No, I wanted an update. I wanted like
The update.
more
I gave you
info.
the update last week.
So there's nothing more to say.
No, what I said was I was so inspired by Dennis's podcast that I said, okay, I'm gonna try again, and I was rejected like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
They just
But
said, "Fuck off."
nothing more that like you didn't get. Like there's no.
I sent a message to. They said you talk to a tech person or something like that. I just started sending emails out. They just don't care. They don't fucking care. They don't care.
Well,
Sorry, Jack.
okay. Well, there. I
Jerry
just
says,
thought
"Do
I'd
a
ask.
repent. You can make some money."
Yeah, like the iPod logo that had the Dharma logo on the screen. That was
Yeah, I
that-
feel
that
like you're just be printing money.
It's like
You've
the
been
sim-
looking
it's
for
a simple-
t-shirt ideas this whole time, and it's right under your nose.
Jay gave me
I
a
could
t-shirt.
probably make my own and just go around. What's his name?
Jay,
Yeah, Jay gave me a t-shirt.
Well,
It was like-
Jay.
it was a. Well, it was. They only made like a couple of them for Jay and Jack because it was a white T-shirt with white, like a white Jay and Jack symbol and the white on the back, so you couldn't read it. It was all just blended together. He's
that
like,
was
"You want-"
me. I made that.
Did you make that? Okay, but like
It's like gold. It was like a gold.
yeah, almost like glow in the dark white. Like
we
kinda
ordered
almost.
all these gold things and we never used them. So I had a printing press. I had a not printing press. I had a press
Okay.
that could do the shirt. So I made all the shirts. So yeah, it was me.
oh
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks. Nick.
wow! So
Well, hey, I
it's like
didn't
you do
remember.
some
Forever
crafty
ago.
stuff. We didn't.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks for caring. But
So-
but it's funny though. When Jay started dating Colleen, suddenly I didn't get the free shirt
Oh,
or the free sweatshirt. Suddenly it was just Jay and Colleen. I went,
You've heard it
"Where's
here
mine?" He
first.
goes,
The
"Well,
rift
Colleen
began.
wanted it." I go, "You already got the girl, Jay. How about giving me a little something for the effort?"
yeah. Come on.
So you find like at a certain point, I no longer have the shirts. I no longer have this. I never got a sweatshirt. I'm not bitter though.
No, not you.
Those
No,
media
Jay's-
junkyard shirts
it's
are pretty
Bitter
cool.
Day, so, what were you saying?
So the media junkyard shirts are pretty cool.
Eh.
With the Comic-Con ones we made.
Wow.
Except they're too big. I mean, I use mine for a tent.
I even like the Darmalar stuff, but I hate yellow. So I was like, yeah, never wearing yellow.
I bought a Dharmalada shirt, and it was hard to wear. I
Yeah,
definitely
those
bought
are
it just to
colored
support them,
full on.
but like it was
In that-
hard.
In that video, you can see Illyrio.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw that. Yeah.
Illyrio always thought Darmalar's was better. I'm like, whatever, Illyrio. You're from Canada.
I think as a
like Jeremy.
listener of a lot of
Sorry,
the
Jeremy.
different podcasts, I would kind of bounce around to a lot of different lost podcasters, but I would always come back to Jay and Jack.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would check out a lot of different people, but and there
I
were
know
a
I've
few
told-
that I was like, I would always like kind of like,
do you think
keep in the
anyone would
rotation.
buy a Ramblecast After Dark an Arcade T-shirt? Should we make
I think they would.
I thought we had one.
Do we?
I don't think we do. I think we have like. I think we have like shot glasses or something. Like
Oh yeah.
Oh, if you do that.
Yeah. I've always because I know we have an Owen and Barus, and I always ask because I like them. I like T-shirts with
hold
like
on.
something.
There's an owner Bruce T-shirt.
Yeah,
There is.
Yeah.
but the thing is, like, it's on the front, like a big thing on the front, and I
Yeah,
tend to
yeah.
like it when like there's a little small something right here, and then big on
He
the
likes-
back.
He likes it big on the back.
And
Mm.
I
He
told
likes
her
it
like,
when someone's big is on his back. Is that what he's saying?
Nick's words, not mine.
You got me.
River.
Moon River.
Waiting for it.
Did I tell y'all about that? I went and got a physical a few weeks
Okay,
ago.
we don't want to.
Well,
know.
we didn't
Okay,
hear
never
about
mind.
the what
We don't need
happened.
to. Don't
from
ask.
it.
Don't tell.
We just heard the first part. Are you ready to share
What?
Go ahead.
the physical?
I thought I told you. Chris,
Well, you
Chris
guys said I remember you saying that you were
I
going.
was going. Yeah.
No,
But I
he
don't
shared.
remember.
He shared.
Oh,
Well,
Maybe it was.
happening.
Maybe it could have been afterwards. Yeah, but anyway,
You don't have to share.
it wasn't a big deal. Like it was to let everyone down. I didn't get the old because
They didn't-
apparently
oh.
they
So
don't do it
So
anymore.
you've never had that?
No.
What?
So that's what I'm saying.
Aren't you 40? You're 40.
I'm 41. Yeah.
40.
They
You
don't
should
do it
have had
anymore?
it by now.
No. So it depends. on
No. What? This is bullshit. You should have it.
That's exactly my dad's reaction when I told him. So I went in there. He did the whole like ears, tongue, heart, all that stuff. The normal.
That's all
physical stuff.
easy.
Yeah. And then I'm all mentally prepared. Like I'm prepared for it. I was like, and then he finally looks at me and goes, "You're probably expecting me to do prostate." He goes, "Yeah, we don't do that anymore." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, he goes, "If I did that," he goes,
We
and I
got tired of
thought I
sticking
found
our
something.
fingers up dirty asses.
No, he said because like if you do it, the
Said it was a
consensus
real
is now
shitty
is that
job.
if I do that and I think I find something and you're negative, the tests that were required to confirm that you have something are more harmful to you, and then the blood tests aren't very accurate either because they weren't designed for that kind of cancer. And basically, he said like they're holding off until they can figure out a better way.
Translation: Your insurance doesn't pay for it.
And I told my dad this. He's like, "This is bullshit." He's like, "Every year I get what the fuck."
The last time I had the finger test was when I was anemic and had to go to the hospital. The worst part was doing the COVID test. That's when COVID first came out. They thought I might have COVID, and that's when they shoved it all the way up there.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
That was worse than the finger test, and also worse than the colonoscopy I had to take afterwards.
Hmm.
Where they yelled where they said, "You were snoring." When I was in the recovery room, I go, "I'm sorry." The nurse goes, "You were snoring pretty loud."
Eat a bag of dicks. I fucking snore.
I said, "I'm sorry." and the girl that was next to me goes, "It wasn't bothering me." I was put out. What do you mean?
Jeremy wants to trade weed for shirts.
There
know,
we can
he said-
we can
he said-
hook you up.
He said we have cheap weed. Now I don't want like cheap, like you know.
I've got
sticks
plenty.
and seeds. Like no, that
So what is cheap weed? I mean, what is exactly?
I think he was just meaning that it was inexpensive.
Like shitty swag, dare I say?
If you have Nick, you should. I mean, how old are you, Matt? You're like 50, right, Matt?
No, not quite.
You've had the finger
45.
test, right?
Hey, I've had only. Yeah, I had a finger test. Sure.
All right. So it's not nothing to be ashamed of.
I haven't.
You don't have you haven't had the finger test yet?
I was younger than 40 when I had it.
I don't know. One time I was
worried
pulled
that
away from the
something
doctor. He
happened.
says, "You got to stop moving." I said, "It hurts."
Uh,
Why are
I
you
was-
using 3 fingers? One would work.
I was concerned about something, and I had gone in, and you know, I was like, you know, it was some abdominal things that were going on, and he said, well, if you want me to check your prostate, I'll check your prostate, and you know, it's just like,
will you?
and he did it, and then afterwards, I was like, yeah, I should have thought that through because you got really fat thumbs.
They don't use the thumb. Normally.
Wait, what?
I had during the lost years.
Chris is- Wait, what?
Why is he using his foot?
No, the big toe. Did your doctor use the big toe on you? Okay.
why is your fucking pool cue in the corner? What are you doing?
Why is your walking cane up my ass?
Like pool cue.
Did you leave that rubber thing on the end, the tennis ball on the end?
Mm-mm.
Why is the tennis ball still lodged in my ass? The water. Bend over. Ah!
Nick's just like waiting for Jack to finish.
No, I'm just
No, and Nick's just like, fuck you. I didn't get no fingers in my butt.
I'm happy. It's a win. Like I'm so
Well,
happy. I'm like,
during the lost years, I'll be honest here, since we're being so open. There was one season where I had to almost podcast standing up because I had hemorrhoids. I was like George Brett. So I go to the doctor, and that's when he was sticking his, giving me the test. I go, it was killing me. He goes, you got to stop moving. I go, it hurts. I go, just figure out what we're doing here and stop. I go, okay, you got it up there. How much more do you need? So I was not a good patient because it was literally tears were coming out of my eyes because it hurt so much. But anyway, I literally
You had a bad
podcasted
case.
standing up because I couldn't sit down.
Well, I mean,
Then I got the medicine.
season
And
of-
I had to do the medicine part where you have to put the medicine where it has to go.
Oh yeah.
And
Down
I
here.
didn't.
Suppository.
You have
That's
to do what you have to do, and so eventually it took that away.
You
and I
got to
was-
do what you got to do.
Yeah,
So.
I literally watched Lost standing up.
Well,
Because I
Jay
couldn't sit
did podcasts with the, laying down for Fringe. So, right? It was Fringe.
Huh?
Yeah, like for the Fringe podcast, like Jay podcast laying down, like he was like laying down all the time on that podcast. And then he eventually just dropped out of that podcast.
No,
And it
Jay
was you
wouldn't.
and Colleen.
I got it.
Jay wouldn't speak.
Yeah, he just laid down and podcast.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, he just would sit there because he hated it so much that he would. I would be like talking the whole time, and
It was
You
basically
wasn't a
like
fan of Fringe or wasn't a fan of the podcast?
Fringe.
do what?
He was a fan of Fringe. He was a fan of Fringe or the podcast.
Fringe.
Yeah.
He hated season 4, which
I
most
thought
of us did.
watched
I thought that was
before.
when things were getting good, So what?
I interviewed that cast a couple of times.
I
Really?
remember.
Good people.
I remember the older guy.
Yeah,
leaning in to watch Fringe. Like, yeah,
I told him in the interview, it's a guy from fucking Lord of the Rings and shit. Too.
Right, yeah,
What's
that
his
guy,
name?
yeah.
The English guy.
Walter.
Walter.
Yes. I gave him my prediction as to how the first season was going to end, or I can't remember whatever season was playing when I was doing the interviews, and
Season 1 sucked.
and I nailed it. I forgot. I don't even remember what it was, and he stopped and looked at me. He's like, "Where'd you get that information from?" And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, "No, it's my prediction."
Yeah,
And
season
then
one
Joshua Jackson remembered me from the year before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
nice. Quack,
It's actually
quack.
in the beginning of the recording was, didn't we do this last year? I was like, yes, yes we did.
Yes, we did.
Gosh,
Your eyes get all like anime, like
Like-
girlish, like
Pacey.
Spacey.
He used to play hockey pickup hockey at our rink, and I said, "You want to come down and play against him?" I go, "No."
Now in our texting thread, you guys were talking about Mighty Ducks and how
Yeah.
and you actually mentioned like why don't they get him to come back for the show?
He's not. He's not.
It makes more sense because if you read that, like they got some guy I didn't know who he was, but like to replace Emilio Estevez.
Josh
And I was
Duhamel?
like, yeah, I didn't know who.
Why did
Yeah, you
Emilio
do.
Estevez
Yeah, you
quit?
do.
Do I know? I probably do. I just didn't know his name, but
You definitely know.
what'd you say, Jack?
Why did he quit, Emilio Estevez?
Well, supposedly it's creative differences and contract arguments,
Or the show just sucked?
or the show. I mean, I did not like season 1. I thought it was just too.
I watched like 4 episodes. I go, okay, you're wasting my time.
Yeah,
Quack, quack.
yeah. And so I mean, I give it this season 2, and then it'll probably canceled. But it is Disney, so you never know. Emilio's. Well, no, that's not Miami Mike. He says,
Oh, they hired him, Josh.
oh, that guy. Okay, yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
That's Josh. It's what's his name?
Duhamel?
He was married to what's her name? Fergie, right?
Fergie.
Yeah, like Miami Mike says, because Emilio is anti-vax. That was the rumor when it was first announced that it was anti-vax. But the article that I sent out to us three it clearly states
Sorry
that
you weren't
it's not-
included.
that wasn't the reason. That was the reason. That was not the reason why he chose to leave because of the vax. It makes it clear that it's not that.
Well,
wasn't
maybe
the
he didn't choose to leave because of that. But maybe
Right.
Disney said we're going to choose to relieve you. It was. Like I said, I got through 4 episodes. I said, okay, I can't take anymore.
I didn't care for it really. I thought it was a pretty weak show.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna finish watching Book of Boba Fett though. So.
Oh yeah, I want to finish it. It still has not gotten good.
Emilio Estevez is
You like
not
the
in Book of
transition
Boba
there?
Fett.
I did.
Yeah.
He's not in it
Anyway,
unless he's Boba Fett.
What got us talking about that?
I mean, like Boba Fett is legit in his underwear and a robe. At least 2 out of the 4 episodes I've watched.
What kind of underwear does he wear? It's like Fruit of the Looms. or is it
It's
like
fine.
space?
It
It's like-
fits his body and
It's,
good for
yeah,
him for working out.
It's
and
a
you
Star
know,
Wars
having-
version of
rocking
granny
the dad.
panties.
He's got a dad bod, He's and way
Well,
to
dad
go.
bods
Don't-
are-
More.
I don't fucking care about the Tuscan Raiders.
Well, that's not even been in the last couple episodes. It's just been
the Vegas Raiders now.
But
Dude,
you know,
there's like a 15-minute montage of him carving a fucking stick.
Yeah.
well, that's the arts and crafts section, man. Like
I mean-
you can make your.
Do they know
own.
math?
They did.
No,
they
they
had
did
to
not
know
know
math. It was like,
What are
Yes,
you
they
drinking, Matt?
what am I drinking?
Looks
what
like
I
a
usually,
stout.
what I usually do? Double chocolate stout. by Young's.
I read that as younglings. Like,
Young double.
I like to kill some younglings.
So,
Yeah,
so you like
yeah.
so you like it young.
Weird.
Fuck you, dude.
It
I
says
am
right
not.
on there, young.
Young's, as in ownership
Just
thereof.
move, Matt.
Yeah,
Move on. Just move on.
Yeah, it's not. You
Run
didn't
away
make it
from
any
him.
better.
Just
You
run
didn't
away
make it
from
any
it.
better. I like young with a little chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's like with Boba Fett. Like we can get off of it, but that's like I said.
Let's get off of it.
In our Own and Brew chat, it's like to me they messed up from the very beginning of just trying to make Boba Fett likable.
Oh, whoa! You have
Yeah.
an Owen and Bruce. You have an Owen and Bruce chat.
Yes, we have chats
We
for
do.
everything. You're not on Owen and Brews, Jack.
Why would you be
Well,
on?
neither
Owen
is
and
Chris.
Bruce?
Is
You
Chris?
hate this
Is
shit.
Chris in there?
Chris?
Yeah, of
is
course Chris is
sorta-
in there.
Nah,
Chris
fucking
doesn't-
named it, Jack. I get grandfathered in.
Oh,
Chris
that's
is part
bullshit,
of
man.
it.
That's
Wait, why
bullshit.
would you be there? You wouldn't want to hear about us talking.
I
about,
wouldn't
like,
either, but it's nice to be included in things.
I've actually been on more Own and Brews than you think.
Yeah, that's true. He's at least one per year.
It's not that we're.
Are
not
you on the
including-
one? Wait, Chris, are you on the one they listen to? That people actually
Yep.
listen to?
I think
It's
so.
not that we're excluding you, Jack. It's that we're including Jay.
Is Jay's on it?
Yeah, Jay,
What the
it's
fuck?
us three and Jay. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Jay shows up from time to time,
Except
Wow.
when he's got COVID.
except when he's got COVID.
You let the super spreader on there? Great.
You know, he didn't even say anything about that when I mentioned the Lego set, but he did laugh at my joke. So
He's an easy laugher. That's bullshit, though.
I bought the
I don't even want to talk to you guys anymore.
Cantina,
I'm
the
done-
Mos
I'm done
Eisley
listening.
Cantina Lego
I'm done
set.
listening.
That's all.
I was really proud of this. I'm kind of trying to hold it back and not put it together. Nick over here is like a masturbation guru. 'cause he
Randy
can
is
just
in the
hold it
Elm
in.
chat. Randy's in it.
Yeah, Randy's in it.
Yeah, Randy's in it. Mhm.
He's got a lot of good
Yeah.
points.
I
If
just
you
want
let
to
John- if you
mention.
let John, the UPS Mexican man, in there, then I'm done with this.
Oh
shit.
yeah, we should go ahead and invite him.
We probably should.
No, I just want to point out that Nick, the will that you have to hold back and be the master of your own domain of Legos is unfathomable. You have a closet full of just unopened Legos just sitting there like, hey dude, you want a fun time? Like, you know, but you're just like, whatever.
So he's waiting for a fun time for someone in the closet.
I think so. He's waiting for he's got to have his Lego room put together. It's basically
And if you
no
ever were,
particles,
like,
no
if you
dust.
were like
It's a
turning
pure
the
clean room.
dial on your radio, right, and you just happened to come upon this podcast
know,
over the
for
last
real.
30 seconds, like you were just like randomly came across this podcast, and you heard Matt describing Nick saying, "Hey, dude, you want to have a good time?"
Yeah.
and that story concludes in him building a fucking Lego set. Like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, we are nerds.
I'm just saying.
You want to
Just
have
saying.
a good time with
This is
some
all
Legos,
I didn't say a
man?
word.
It is
But
all my conjecture.
It's not like Nick busts out a keg of beer and an 8-ball. No, it's he's taking out a fucking Lego set.
Have you
It's
seen
like going,
have you
hey,
seen his
hey, Legos, I
closet
do live
there?
alone.
No,
Let's have some
no,
fun.
Nick didn't throw a party with a bunch of like strippers. No, he pulled out some Legos.
Okay.
Hey, I brought my singles. Oh, Legos? Oh, okay. That's cool. Of course, singles
I
don't
will
cut-
bring this
singles
picture
don't
up
cut at a strip club anymore
to share
anyway.
with the audience members.
Maybe I don't want my private closet.
Sorry, dude. You already put it on the Owen and Bruce chat, so you know it's too late there. You know, I got to share it with the.
I
rest
like
of the
Jeremy.
populace.
Jeremy's my favorite now.
Jeremy will be
Mhm.
Jeremy will be podcasting host here in a little bit. So
Is
he's
that
Jack's favorite.
That's my.
This
that's my
is Nick's
closet. Yeah, one of the
closet.
closets.
Okay, like look at all of the Legos
Oh, so you weren't
here.
fucking.
in this...
You weren't fucking.
I'm
what's
not,
that
I'm not
fucking
kidding.
kidding
No.
you.
Wait. What's that little side door there? What's it's like a?
Oh, that's where
Oh,
my
that's where he
server
keeps.
and stuff is.
You already have the hotel,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, like,
That's
and the thing is
Hotel,
that's just
you
like
have
what
the
you
hotel.
see. Like a lot of those, there's so many that are
I didn't
stacked
say it like
behind
that.
all those boxes. I have so
I think
many
that
in
was-
there.
He's just got gray plates laying there, like, hey,
Mhm.
why don't you build something with me? He's got the Sesame Street. He's got the
Oh,
new
man, that's
Doctor
Big Bird,
Strange.
man. That's
I
Big
got
Big
Bird.
Bird. He's got the NASA. What the fuck, dude? Like you just.
Okay,
It's
are any
pretty
of our
sweet.
listeners?
It's-
I gotta
it's
ask
pretty
this que-
sick.
I gotta ask this question in the chat: is anyone jealous of what Nick has in his closet?
Yeah,
Yes.
I am.
Yes, I would
I
be
am.
jealous of what I have.
After that whole diatribe I just went on about us being nerds, yes, I'm still jealous of the fact that he has that closet of fun.
Mine is like behind the little door is Dill's ball pit. What is behind
Maybe.
the little door? What's behind the
Maybe.
little door?
It's where my swamp box goes into. There's just like an AC for anyone out there who doesn't know what swamp
It's
box
a
is.
swamp box.
And also it's where the internet, the router and modem and everything is.
Oh,
That's-
so
that's
it's where,
your
it's where
problem
things
right
don't.
there.
It's where things don't work.
Yeah, all the interference from the fucking Legos is screwing up.
Has to go through miles and miles of plastic before it gets the signal out. Yeah.
Not only that, but it's arranged in odd shapes because it's not put together, so it just kind of gets to that wall of Legos. It's like I don't know. Yeah.
So it's not
so
Legos.
We can't podcast at your house until you build those because Matt will steal it.
I wouldn't steal.
He
I would
would.
just
Yeah.
crack one open and be like, "Dude, sorry, started on day
that
one."
equates theft.
Well, I mean, most of
Um,
those have been built, but they're all taken apart and put back in the boxes.
Oh,
Why would you?
oh,
why
you,
would, wait,
you
wait,
had
wait, wait.
built. And then
I
you-
built
why would
most
you
of
bu-
them.
No,
Yeah.
time out. Why would you build them then take them apart?
Because I had to move.
Well, you.
Look, most of them got taken apart before I moved to Colorado. Like most of
Okay.
them were assembled in LA, and then they were all taken apart and moved to Colorado. And I knew I was going to stay at that house forever, So
Are
I
you
just left them
married?
in the boxes, and then I'm married, Jack. Do you know that?
Okay, that's what I thought.
She lives in the swamp box, dude.
Yeah, she lives out. You saw her room, that little door.
So wait a minute. You built them.
Yeah.
Now, when you take serious, I'm being serious here. When
No,
you take
hey,
them apart,
this is good Lego
when,
talk.
when
right
you
here.
take them apart, do you
Randy's
put them
loving
back in their own compartments, or you just throw it all in the box?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It depends on what kind of Lego it is. If it's a small one, you can just kind of put it in one Ziploc and throw it back in there. But for those buildings, they're put together in stages. So you try to the best you can take them apart for the stages and then put them in that one individual bag and say like this is step 4. Then the next one that's step 3, and then you
Wow,
do it
so
in
you
reverse
actually
order.
take the Legos apart and put them back into the different steps?
Do you have
tried
the
to.
directions?
With
Do
the
you have
different
directions?
bags?
You have
Yeah.
the
I don't
directions.
have. You don't keep the bags because the bags are those cheap plastic.
Right,
ones.
right.
You
No,
put them in
I know.
Ziplocs though.
Yeah,
But do you have the directions still on how to put things together?
I keep everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's an app for
That's
that.
why.
too.
That's why the boxes are
Oh, is
there.
there?
Because like you don't
Yeah.
throw away the boxes, you don't throw away the directions because they're worth
Mhm.
money.
Yeah, the boxes are definitely worth.
Because like for example, like the Green Grocer, which is the second modular building ever made, came out in
That's
2000.
so much.
Is
Came
that
out in 2008, and if you buy it unopened, original, it's probably around $1,400 right now.
Yeah.
But if I just sold mine right now, just building alone, no directions, no box, I could easily get $850 for it.
Yeah.
Jesus
Really?
Christ.
And you're not selling it?
No,
Those modulars.
if I
man.
sold all those, that's easily over 10 grand. Like everything that's in that room.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why
All right,
Nick
so-
didn't want me to show it. He's very Ron
What-
Swanson about
When
this,
are we
you know.
when are we podcasting?
Because now Jack's
house?
going to be the one who's going to be doing the stealing.
Yeah, exactly. I'll blame Matt because I'll get Matt's fingerprints and put
I-
Matt's fingerprints all over it.
I mean,
will say
Legos are worth. I mean, they go up in value faster than gold.
They
As soon as they stop making them, they shoot through the roof. Like 5 years ago they made the Beatles Yellow Submarine. They only made it for a couple of years. They made the Tron bikes. Like they made so many things that only make them for like a year or two, and then
that
after
that yellow submarine is basically like triple its retail.
Do we all live in the Yellow Submarine?
so-
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to acquire a yellow submarine myself.
Really?
So, yeah, that's why I also invested in buying the Fender one. So like, there's a few Legos that I'm like, well, I'll just go
Is that
ahead
a
and
guitar?
yeah, the guitar. Mhm.
yeah, like there's anything that's a
The working
series.
amp.
Yeah,
No, it does. It plugs in. It actually works.
like anything that's a series is going to be worth money. Like all the little Star Wars helmets and things, like those will be worth money. Like I don't like them, but I know that if you have all the series, they'll be worth a ton in a few years. And-
Miami Mike wishes that you could take
Yeah.
that 10 grand and upgrade to a 556K.
KOL one, yeah. like it.
Sorry, still wouldn't work with the swamp box.
Sorry, I
That's where
can't
the
get the Steam Yard. I don't have the
I got a
CD-ROM.
swap box. Put it in a swap box.
and slash
I'm not
banana.
Forrest Gump.
I will just attest to this
that's
though.
Al Gore's lockbox.
I just want to attest to this though, Nick, though, that there is something very therapeutic about putting Lego sets
There is.
together.
Yeah, that's why people get into it. It's
Oh.
because it's
I
relaxing.
gotta be. I'm not making fun because I've
I've
done it with
been
Zach,
under
and
some-
I enjoy doing. Even though he says that sometimes I have my head up my ass because I would say, I go, Jesus Christ, I got my head up my ass. What am I doing here? And he goes, You do have your head up your ass. I go, You're not supposed to say that.
This is Zach.
Yeah, Zach. I don't know where these kids learn this stuff.
Yeah.
I guess my
Oh.
granddaughter's going around saying "God damn it" again.
Probably Colleen.
I guess she's saying it all the time now. I said, "Look, I have certain catchphrases. I'm not going to change."
Sit on it, Patsy. I'm out of here.
Well, before I tell you about my find over the weekend, we might need to take a quick break.
Okay.
Gotta make Nick.
Well, Jeremy
work,
asked for that a while ago.
Yeah.
He needed to take a potty break.
So when I went and visited my mom over the weekend,
Wait, hold on. He's got to
We
take
need
the break.
an actual break,
Ready
Oh,
and hard right.
got it. So over the weekend, I visited my mom, and I went to my house in which I grew up in, and I found a bunch of my old stuff. My brother and I, our toys.
Oh.
I remember you sending a photo of it.
Yeah, and I found in the old original 1978 Millennium Falcon What else did we find? We found the Hoth battle scene. We found
was it up in the attic or
under the stairs?
You had a lot from all three films.
Yeah, I had the Ewok fortress. I had the final scene of Luke and the Emperor, and when he takes the elevator up and goes to the thing, it's like it was an old piece that fell apart, piece of shit thing. But
if he's a Jedi, why does he take an elevator?
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a side story there.
But I also had an X-wing, I had an A-wing, and I had the infamous troop transport.
Right. Totally made, but never shown on footage until Mandalorian. Yeah.
It was pretty cool. And then I found a bunch of metal figures and stuff too, which is really, really cool. So now I'm gonna when I have someday when I have time, I'm gonna maybe try and do some restoring of some of these parts and cleaning them up and see if I can fix them, or maybe do some 3D printing or something to make some new pieces. So we'll see.
Nice. Do you have a 3D printer?
Not yet.
Babe, I need to buy this so I can replace my toys.
It's funny because it's like the thing that my son keeps asking about. He's like, "Yeah, we could get a 3D printer," and
I've seen it on TikTok.
He's really
in the next 15 to 20 years, it is going to be a household item.
It is something that I've been thinking about for Christmas or like for the future, kind of like
around
getting
$200. You get a good one.
Really, that's all they are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, they range definitely. They go up in scale from there, but
I know that they're on TikTok all the time.
Oh yeah,
and not to go back to Legos, but just quickly, there's a piece like so my son has been into the Lego trains, and the actual train track itself, there's actually only like a few different like parts for the train track. There's not a lot of variation for those parts. Well, the actual X crossing, like if you think of two trains crossing, the actual X piece, it goes for like $100 on eBay. The Lego part just on its own. And that's like fucking nuts.
It's funny you mentioned that, dude.
Because I found a eBayer that was just selling just the actual 3D printed copied part for like $15, and I was like, sold. That works for me. That's awesome, and it works just as well. Which is crazy to bring that up too, because on my way out, I dropped a piece right out of this box, and I pick it up, and it was the garage door to the Mask. Oh yeah,
right.
Boulder Hill, wherever it was called. Like, it's a garage door. It said like gas or whatever, and I took a picture of it. I'm like, oh, look at this shit. This is fucking cool. Like, I found them at the old garage door. And Jay's like, dude, that's an expensive piece.
Yeah, that was Jay was like quick on the knowledge.
Jay would know. He knows his toys.
He sent a link, and sure as shit, like the piece I was holding was in the eBay link that he sent me. Like, exact same piece. And it's selling for $15. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that was an afterthought that literally fell out of the box as I was picking it up, and I just happened to pick it up again. But
when my cousin, he had acquired this large Star Wars collection over the summer, and it was really it was through his wife. So it's his wife's aunt, and his wife's aunt had bought all of this stuff for the kids.
And she died?
No, she was still alive. She just knew she had a lot of stuff and it was valuable.
So he stole it?
No, she was basically like, hey, I know you sell stuff and I know that you can, this is your line of work. I'll go 50-50 with you, whatever you make, just give me 50% of the cut. But I mean, it was huge. The amount of stuff that she had was just nuts. He texted me this image of these action figures, mint on card.
Mm-hmm.
There was 9 of the last 17 figures. These figures mint on card can fetch upwards of $300 just to have them on card. The R2-D2 alone was $1,000.
Damn.
Yeah. And he texted it to me, like, not knowing what he had. And I was like, are you fucking with me? like I'm
Right.
looking at Power of the Force, the last 17. You have 9 of them on card. So I helped him, just actually trying to figure out like what some of the stuff was worth.
I'm pissed because if I would have listened to Jay when he was 5 about all the toys he saved, I could be retired. I could be retired right now.
You could have bought stocks and toys and just.
I thought he was just. I go. This kid is just nuts.
All of those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
When he was 5, I mean, literally when he was 5, he would just. I've told the story before. We would have to buy 2 of. So if we got him a Ghostbuster toy, we had to buy another Ghostbuster, one for him to play with, and one for him just to save.
He was smart.
And this is when he was like 5. I'm like going, kid's a nerd. But he was right. He was right.
You're both right.
I started going down a tangent, and I'll just finish it up with the fact that he helped me put together a Death Star playset, which is what you have the elevator shaft for, Chris. And I for a long time just had the shaft, and I had lost the little elevator toy that went inside the shaft, and I only had the empty shaft. I mean, it's large. It's like 3 levels, four levels.
It's definitely black too,
and it's black. Mine had a little collar that goes around the head part at the top.
All right, you need to stop. You need to stop.
No, can I show you what the collar part?
Sure,
looks like?
You can show us. It's a PG show.
Anyway, he had the rest of it, so I was able to kind of complete my set, and that was kind of like a little trade that we did. Anyway, there was
you like joined your shafts together to complete it.
Wonder Twins.
Well, I have 2 shafts now, actually. One that's a completed like Death Star playset, and one that's just still the empty shaft. The hull remains the same, but there was a little piece.
Wait, how much is the empty shaft worth?
Not much at all.
Okay, all right.
But there's a little part for the Death Star playset, which is a little hanging like swing that Luke is supposed to swing across the chasm. And that little plastic piece can fetch anywhere around $50 on eBay, 30 to 50 ranging, right? And I was looking at just buying one, and just randomly, he's going through another box because he kept getting stuff from this aunt. And there at the bottom of the box, you know how there's like a little lid? He lifted up the lid, and there that
Right.
little piece was. And I kid you not, perfect condition, not a chew bite, not a scuff on this thing.
So you're saying the ant didn't chew on the shaft?
Well, no, that's common. Like you see like kid bite marks on toys, it
So a
can
lot of
fuck
people
shit
chew
up.
the shaft. Okay, all right.
No,
Got it.
this isn't the shaft. This is the hanging chad. This is the hanging.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still on the shaft. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I apologize.
I'm
I
sorry
can
to get lost in this toys talk here, but Chris, it's
toys-
exciting when you get to see some of your old stuff too. I mean, it's like there's
It was pretty cool.
something
I was
that
pretty, I'm gonna clean them up. I'm thinking about maybe putting some shelving in here so I can put stuff up and on display, because I don't really have anything in here other than the computer and the walls. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But I would like to take apart that Millennium Falcon and try and clean it up nice and maybe do some 3D fabrication for some of the missing pieces and kind of make it whole again. So we'll see if I ever find the time to do it.
I always like to look on eBay and I'll just save a couple searches if I'm looking for a part. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of save that as in my searches, and then I'll look for like anybody that's putting it on there for $1 that might just like you could pick it up real cheap or something.
Yeah.
But most people with Star Wars stuff, there's those people that think they have something and they have nothing, and then there's those people that actually like know what's going on. I'm not going to read any of the comments.
Hey,
I think you should read
Jeremy's become my favorite
most
listener.
You should read Jeremy's most recent.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Jeremy says, thanks for the awesome show tonight, guys. I'll email or chat up next time. Keep on being awesome and supporting all of us through those weird.
You got to read the other. You got to read the other one.
Oh, he also says the shaft is often chewed on, but the sheep Oh, by the sheep.
By the sheep.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Thanks for being a listener, Jeremy, and joining us live.
If you put peanut butter on it, what, the sheep like peanut butter?
Why would you say that? Why? What? That's just gross.
I'm asking.
Like, why are you revealing my secrets?
I want to thank everybody that joined us live in the chat right now. Before I forget, Miami Mike, Randy, Sherry, I saw in the chat earlier. John, the UPS guy, Will Fry, John. Oh, I'm sorry, John, the Mexican UPS guy.
Yeah, get it right.
Get it right.
You wanted to build a wall.
All the way at the beginning, though, we also had Craig Griffiths, that joined us live. I don't think I've ever seen that person's name either. So thanks for joining us for the first time. If you did, Chris
Matt
Doran,
Treist.
Of course, Matt Treist,
Will Fry.
bringing the knowledge.
Barry was there for a minute.
Yep. So I appreciate everybody that joins us live.
Dick Shaft was in the chat.
Sure was.
I did not. Oh, Ethan Fisher. Speaking of Dick Shaft,
You just let him know.
that was bad. I'm really sorry.
I hope your kids feels
Dick
better.
Sargent.
Yes,
Sergeant York.
Sergeant York.
Sergeant York.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a matter of time before my family gets COVID. So I just keep thinking. So
You have a great
and
immune
Chris
system
are
like
done.
me.
well, there's one other thing that I got to do. We got an email from a listener, likes to write into us from time to time. If you would like to write into us and give us your joke or something better, send us an email to rcadcast@gmail.com. I kid because Randy kids with me. We get this.
John the Mexican UPS guy says thanks to Finger.
Moon River.
Fab Four Frivolous Fun. What did people say when the Beatles broke up?
Fuck Yoko.
What?
Fuck Yoko.
Oh, does anybody else have any ideas? What did the Beatles say when the Beatles broke up? I won't use the joke that I used last week. That was just wrong, guys. By the way, I apologize for being so crude, but
I don't remember. What did the Beatles say, or what did
people say when the Beatles broke up?
Fuck Yoko. She broke up the Beatles.
Oh man, it's that easy. Well, Randy writes in and says, "Oh no."
I got
it. Will's right. It smells like carrots. That is exactly what people said. It smells like carrots. It would be funny to do Randy's punchline just 1 week late. Like,
Is that what the shaft smells like?
Is that what the shaft? No, the shaft smells like pussy.
Hey, you got some drawings for me to read off? And
I do.
For fuck's sake, let's just get this.
Chris is fading fast.
There are people that
I'm
make this
downhill
show,
right now.
I know. Too many edibles, not enough time. There are people that make this show possible. I'd like to thank all of them for making it possible, including Nick
I would
and
like
Chris,
to thank him too. Thanks,
as well as Jack and COVID.
I don't want to thank anybody.
I was actually not going for like special names, but then I
wait.
Drawing.
Tilt your head down again, Chris.
Me? What?
I thought I saw a bald spot there.
Do I?
No, he's just
like right there,
just
right
the
there.
light.
No,
He's just-
is that the light?
It's just
But the light's shining on the head. That's
no, that's just the shaft.
that's
the
a
light.
little, that's a bald spot.
No, it's not a bald spot.
Randy,
No,
I'm glad that you enjoyed
I know.
I wish the drawing smelled like carrots too. But anyway, they are visual puns here. I'm going to turn off my green screen just in case it fucks up this drawing here. So first we have. Can you see that there?
A little too close. There
Oh,
you go.
okay, too close.
That's nice artwork.
Oh, I see. Never mind. Yeah,
Oh,
there you go. Tack.
Pac-Man.
Oh, Tack Pac-Man.
Eckhart, Heartbeat Richter,
Oh, okay.
Ed the
Oh, you got it
Carrier,
on one paper. I like that.
Becky Ghostpepper, Joanne Genie.
The teapot.
Nice.
Joanne the Genie.
Yeah, Joanne
Oh.
the Genie.
Oh,
Joanne
okay.
Genie. Yeah, so
Very nice.
That's
Different.
different. You should give that. We should give that away to a real email.
Oh, or the patrons. If the patrons want any of these things,
Have we had a review? Have we had a review in the last 7 years?
No, I checked. I think last week. Yeah, we haven't had one in forever.
I draw these every week, and I always think like, these things kind of go to waste. Like I have like this cool drawing for tax.
You are a fantastic artist.
Or Joanne's Twitter account from last week, which was very popular. Or as Mike really probably wants this. For his refrigerator, Mike, if you send me your address, I will go ahead and send you these this drawing here for you, because I know
Maggie's O's.
He likes the Maggie's O's cereal box that I drew there, so he's a big fan. So, Miami Mike says they can't all be winners. Clark, sorry if you didn't like them, but I draw while we talk, so they're very in the moment. I think there's like a jazz performance piece. And it's something that it's a piece of resistance.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know, dude. It's late. I've been drinking.